welcome back to the world after the end of the world, or TWAEW.
Or what?
It's like trail, but you're saying it in a woo voice. TWAEW. So we are back with
I'm not keen on that acronym. That
Whoa.
Well, you don't have to say that. You can just say the full name instead. But yes, we are back with our band of characters. I won't bother doing a full character introduction if people don't want them, but I'll just do a quick run through. So we have Nick's Avery, played by Lora, who is a human who is just a bit weird. I mean, we were introduced to
Sorcerer.
Nick's... Yes, as a wild mage sorcerer who was introduced as sneaking into box seats at a stadium by charming a rich patron and then immediately abandoning them.
Wow.
We have
As you do.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
We have Satuna the fairy, who is a warlock. I'm trying to remember. Yes, played by Skye. She is just excited by everything. It's the simplest explanation for her character. Just it's all exciting. It's all very interesting, and also she puts on a magical girl outfit when she puts on mage armor. We have Sugi Kinstone, a Kobold Paladin, played by Nikki.
Sugi.
Sugi is Sugi, indeed. Interesting is the fact that she's got gold veins adorning her appearance, but Sugi is Sugi. Brain is not fully there, but everything else is pretty good. And finally, we have Theilius, being played by Rime, a demon death cleric.
He's a swell guy.
He's actually quite nice once you get to get know him,
yeah. Just your average D&D
He will insist he is evil, do not listen to him.
The people who say that he's evil don't get to live for long. Yeah, quite fun.
Just your average D&D party. Yeah, you got a little guy kobold, we got a fluffy fairy flying around, and we have a demon.
A demon!
A demon very angry at the world.
I think we have four completely... No, we don't have four different creature types, because I think...
Kobold, human, demon, and fairy.
I think kobold and human are both humanoid.
Yeah, well, I hardly requested you all pick the most outlandish things ever. You could do whatever you wanted. Anyway, so not just for chat's benefit, but also because we haven't played in like a month, let me recap what occurred last time.
A lot.
So you were all attending the Wolftown Magic Show. And for everyone but Theilius, it was just an eye on the town. You didn't have any plans, you just saw what was happening, like, cool, yeah, I'll give it a watch. Theilius fought a bugbear. That happened. I don't think it went to plan, necessarily, for Theilius, but hey, apparently he was successful.
Apparently.
But the act after him, Millie, a cute little girl with some animated skeletons, went a bit wrong when she was trying to do a escaping the water tank Houdini style trick, and suddenly couldn't breathe. And luckily you lot were observant enough to at least step in, only for it to turn out that it was an ambush with some animated armors. But yeah, you handled that well enough. You're now only suspected of sabotage as a result. No big deal. Ooh, everything alright, Nikki?
Yeah.
So we got some background noise.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. We're good. But yes, so you managed to save her, and then immediately got suspected of causing sabotage or trying to harm her somehow, I guess. But you seem to have talked out relatively well enough with the headmaster, but he has unfortunately rejected her application for the third year now for no fault of her own. Just, technically there was intervention, I guess.
Just the people in charge being shit.
Yes, indeed. What good
And-
escapism.
And now we suspect that there was somebody
Some foul
pulling
play.
some foul play, like someone pulling the strings of that whole thing.
So, we are back. You have just left the headmaster's office and you're heading down the hall to the cafeteria where they've left out some leftover food from the day as a, I guess, apology and a thank you for your time kind of thing. So, how are you all dealing with your eventful day?
Theilius is still thinking of Millie because he feels like it's not fair that she was rejected again, even though it wasn't her fault.
Pablo is currently being hugged by Millie.
Oh yes, like a plushie, yes.
Sorry, can you remind me where we were again?
No, it's fine. You're currently in the Mage College. You were summoned by the headmaster.
Whereabouts in the Mage College? Did we go find food, or...?
So you were in the headmaster's office, you were ushered out, and you are being directed by some staff just down the hall, down a few rooms, and you'll be sent to just a room that they got aside with some leftover food from the cafeteria. And Millie is following along behind, currently holding Satuna for support, wiping away her tears a little bit. So yeah, I guess you can enter into said room, and it's not anything substantial or anything like that. It pretty much is just a regular sized desk with some bread, not too stale, but it's been it's the end of the day now, and just some leftover soup, some meat that they had left over, that sort of thing. You can tell it was the stuff that they prepared for the students, but clearly they didn't eat all of it.
Sugi holds herself back for maybe 3 or 4 seconds before padding rapidly towards the food and just starts digging in.
Theilius, being the bit the carnivore he is, goes straight for the meat. Goes straight for it. And when he feels like people are looking at him strangely, he's like, "What? What?"
Is there like a door to a kitchen or something?
Not currently, no. They've clearly just moved the food into here on short notice because of you guys.
I guess I'll just eat some then.
Millie is going to let Satuna go upon entering, and is going to very meekly wander over to the table as well and quietly go, if it's okay, I wouldn't mind taking some back with me afterwards, if there's any food left.
Sugi grabs a hunk of bread, just hands it straight over, grabs a few other things, puts it in front of.
Yeah, just like
going.
Put it all in your pockets. It's fine.
Onto her bread lump.
The college, at the very least, I don't know, owes you food or something. Shall we go find the kitchen so we can raid their larders?
Really, no, don't be silly. I'm not mad at them necessarily. They're just following the rules, but I know. I guess I put all my hopes on this year because I've been trying really hard and I've been getting really good at my magic, but it's just I don't know. Like, if it's not worked out this year, I just don't think it's worth trying again. Honestly,
I think it is. I don't know. Can I give you some advice, kid? Don't hope for anything, because then you just will never be disappointed. You'll just, at the very best, be pleasantly surprised. Or you'll be right.
Really just sort of pauses, trying to process your advice. Thank you, I think.
Rage against the society.
Yeah, we should... Hey, does anyone want to go find that guy's office later and, mess shit up? Make it look like that someone's taken something. Not actually taken something. Well, unless we find something really cool. And just, make it look like someone's been in there and...
Millie is instantly is appalled by this idea.
Sugi's also struggling to swallow what she's got in her mouth and just goes, "Stealing is bad."
Only if they know you're doing it.
Unless it is dark tombs, I have a lot of them.
Look, stealing's only bad if they know you're doing it. And also if they, don't have any shit, because, why would you steal from someone that doesn't have any shit? But also, that's a dick move. But
So he just kind of contemplates for a few moments, looks over at Millie, and is just, if magic didn't work, then why not the other method?
Millie's just sort of gonna look down more. It's like, well, the other method is paying for tuition, and I definitely can't do that.
so we find a rich person's house, take all their money.
Stealing is bad.
Not if they're rich.
Satuna's
Who are
finally
you?
going to pipe up and say, I'm not going to help you, but if you want to steal, then knock yourself out.
I mean, Millie is definitely looking at you like, why would you do that for me? You barely know me, and I hardly want to enter on stolen money. They'd probably find out and blame me for it after all.
I wasn't volunteering myself. I was saying you should do that, Smolly.
What? Why? And it's Millie.
Take your future into your hands.
I'm not a
Okay,
thief,
okay,
and I couldn't be.
Okay, I think she's pretty uncomfortable right now.
Fine.
And regardless, it would be one thing if it was expensive, but it's not like it's an upfront fee. It's an ongoing thing. There's a reason that the audition's the only way for people like myself to get in.
Student debt, I'm familiar with that.
I mean, yeah, I hope you have a good time, Theilius, but it's fine, really. I'll just do what everyone else says.
No, that was out of character. That was out of character, me saying that.
Fair enough. I'll just get a job or something,
Is there a cut-off age to be able to,
Sugi just points at Theilius. He goes, probably not.
It's not a matter of age. Anyone can apply at any time, but I just wouldn't be able to make that sort of money in my own lifetime to be able to afford such a thing. And I don't exactly have anyone else to support me at the moment anyway, so
I know this cool scam that might work. Like, it's not stealing, I promise. It's just, getting them to give you their money out of the kindness and stupidity of their hearts.
He's just gonna sigh and go, I really do appreciate it, but I've had long enough day as it is. You guys can stay here, but I think I'm gonna go head home for now.
Something doesn't add up.
Whatever.
Theilius says.
Millie's just sort of gonna shrug and say, I live in the southern district, just outside the wall. If you do want to say hi, but I wouldn't invite you lot to where I live. You would barely have a place to sleep. So
just outside the wall?
Well, yeah, I can't afford to live inside the city. So yeah, Millie's gonna shuffle off basically with a rather overstuffed bag full of food, and leaving you guys with what's left of the spread.
Sugi's gonna walk over to her and glance around conspiratorially, reach into one of her little pouches, bring out a gold coin, just hand it to her with a little nod, like, to start your hoard.
Millie's gonna take it, Charlie, and go, thank you. And it's clearly more money than she's ever held in her life, and she's not quite sure what to do with it, but just sort of smiles and nods and tucks it into a secure pouch before walking off. So, what are you lot going to do then?
Sugi's going straight back to the food.
He wants to be nosy.
Theilius is still thinking. He's maybe an idiot, but he's not stupid. So he's starting to think about. He's starting to try to piece everything together that happened today. Trying to figure out if there's any clues.
Is Nick's
about
mentally... Sorry,
trying to figure out if there's was any clues as to who could have been targeting her.
I mean, like, the sort of thing that blocked off the magic, would that, like, leave traces? Would they need to, like, set up a like glyph or like a circle or something like that?
I want you to roll two people to roll 2 checks.
Hmm.
Theilius, can you roll me a perception check?
Perception.
And Nyx,
How do I
can
do
you
that
roll
again?
me?
Just click.
So if you can find the perception one on your skills and just click it. And Nyx, I will have you go for which one would it be? I guess Arcana would probably be the best in this situation. Oh wow, you both rolled pretty well actually. So I would say, Theilius, you would recall that you did see someone while you were waiting for your turn to audition that looked a little suspicious. You couldn't make out their face or anything. They were wearing a cloak, but they were sort of hovering around the luggage and stuff, where people's equipment was.
Should I mention this?
Yeah, of course.
Theilius is like, there is something that I saw when I was waiting. I thought he was just another person wanting to get in, but there was some weird cloaked man hovering around her luggage. I thought he was suspicious, but like I didn't think much of it at the time. But now that I think about it,
as for Unix, you do have enough understanding of the magical arts to know that although obviously there is stuff such as Dispel Magic and Counterspell, to be able to have done it at the range, considering the fact that you would have seen someone if they were close enough to be doing that to Millie, to do it at that sort of range would have required not only preparation, but actually doing it, as you were suggesting, potentially having set it up before the performance has even started, basically. And there would definitely be some sort of trace as a result. Because especially given the fact, for example, that there was an attempt to dispel the magic of the armors, and that didn't work either. Again, suggests quite high-level magic in order to have pulled something like that off. And whoever was doing it clearly was going out of the way to try and kill her, for crying out loud.
Well, so who wants to go and be nosy?
How nosy are we talking?
I mean, okay, probably not breaking into that, like, important guy's office. Because, like, to be frank, I think he doesn't know shit, so it wouldn't do any good. Maybe, like, investigating the words theatre, Colosseum place. Arena, that's the
stadium.
word.
Yes.
Um,
It's worth mentioning you only left the show about an hour ago. The performances are probably still happening.
what's the time?
It would be about 9 p.m.
We could go. I mean, I kind of want to go get some sleep, but we could go back to the performance and see if we could catch a glimpse of that shady person. And yeah,
if we sleep, will there still be traces the next day?
Well, it's not impossible. Given it's such a large shady and so many people are passing through it, it's unlikely they'd be that. It's not. Basically, it seems ridiculous that they would be incredibly meticulous cleaning such a thing up. Is all I'm saying. You could survive sleeping the night without the stadium missing, basically, the next day.
Theilius says, I'm pretty good at finding this stuff, but I say we sleep first.
I'm just going to follow your guys' lead.
sure.
Has Sugi got any thoughts, or is Sugi still eating?
Sugi's still eating. See, there's not much left now. Like it's like bones being picked clean. She's just kind of gnawing gently on them. She's kind of rooting around just to find any other crumbs or anything.
Well, since the majority of
this is everyone's kind of staring at her and just kind of sleep or go. Either's good.
So what's the majority decision?
Fuck it,
Sleep.
I don't care enough. Let's sleep.
All right. So obviously they won't give you lodging here. You're gonna all head off into town and look for a place. So I assume none of you.
I'm gonna like dip and like go find my own inn. Like, not that I don't like you lot, but
You
I
want
don't
to
know,
swindle someone without us getting incarcerated.
Theilius,
no.
Theilius sighs. It's like they're probably gonna kick me out of every inn I go to.
It is worth mentioning that it's a relatively accepting town, Wolf Town.
All right.
You will probably find somewhere at least you might have to struggle a little bit. It should be fine. In terms of if you are going to go separate ways, it's probably good if you at least organise a time and place you're going to meet back up tomorrow.
Let's meet in front of the arena at like, I don't know, after lunch.
I was going to say crack of dawn, but sure.
Oh, Cracker Dawn works too.
Alright then, so are you going to slink off next?
Yeah.
And as for Theilius and Satuna, you're going to have to drag Sugi away or just wait until she's finished devouring the stuff.
Sugi,
Do
we'll see
I
you tomorrow.
can I use my chill touch thing to just try kind of pull them?
I mean, if you want to.
That would hurt them though, I think. So I don't.
I mean, it would, but you'll heal it from a long rest anyway.
Yeah. I want to make, when I split off, make a perception. Can I make a perception check to see if there's anyone around?
Sure.
Like, anyone.
Yeah, literally anyone. Gotcha. No, you don't really notice anything.
Fair.
Theilius is like, "Come on, Sugi, come on." He tries being nice at first because might as well.
So you just kind of shrugs and's like, I'm gonna look around for a bit. I'll probably then head to the stadium. I've got to do something.
Does it eating?
Done eating. There's nothing else here to eat.
I guess that's true.
So I guess it's now down to Satuna and Theilius trying to find a place.
Yes, Theilius gets the first two inns he tries, they boot him out as soon as they see his horns. He's quite clearly a demon. So
Well, the central area on the map that's marked with a dot is home to hopping halls, basically. They are hollowed out large buildings with many floors on them, and there's all sorts of taverns in there, lots of lodgings, that sort of thing, as well as market stalls. And Wolftown, being an intersection of many communities, is generally accepting. Admittedly, demons will have a little bit of a harder rep. But as you are looking, you do hear someone call out to you and go, "Hey, you're that demon guy from tonight, aren't you?"
Theilius turns and he's like, "Yes, that is I."
And he's like, "Yeah, come on, yeah, you and your friend, come on."
And Theilius just kind of is like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm famous now."
Can I ride on your head, please?
Yeah,
I
Theilius is like,
want...
"Go ahead."
I'm just going to fly up to your head and just sit on top.
Yes.
So we head on in then.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're greeted with the Sugi Tavern. There's a few people still eating, but it's sort of close to 10 around about now. Most people are heading off to bed at this point. Since the lights, so it's the only lights that are still on, obviously, lights that are being kept on with fires or what have you. And yeah, it turns out the person who ushered you over is one of the waitresses, and she seems more than lovely enough. Hey, boss, it's that demon guy for the bugbear. Last night, can we give him a room? And The owner, he's a relatively large guy, but he seems like a friendly giant type, basically. And he's like, yeah, of course, I don't care. Okay, so do you not need any food or drink or anything as well?
The university fed us. Don't worry about it.
Those stuffy me shape. So how'd you do, by the way? Did they tell you?
Did tell us what?
Well, your audition, how'd it go?
Oh, I got in. It's just something doesn't feel right, but yeah, they accepted me.
No, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah. So, do you two gonna share a room, or do you want separate accommodation?
I mean, if the room
We've got spaces. Don't worry.
if the room's big enough, I can just camp on the floor.
That'll be too bad. Don't worry about it.
There was only one bed. My favorite fanfiction trope.
Yeah, if you want to share a room, will you want food in the morning? Do you think?
Theilius just instantly goes, sure.
Ooh, hotel buffet.
Continental
Alright.
breakfast. Ooh.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you're-
continental breakfasts are brilliant.
Okay. All right. If you're staying for the night as well, I'd say 15 silver for the pair of you.
Sure.
Oh, let me check my money real quick. I'm pretty
That's
sure
the
I
same
have
as 1.5 gold, to be clear, as well.
I'll.
Yeah, I got enough for that, I think. Come on, character sheet open.
I mean, it's for
Open.
both of you, to be fair,
Yeah.
so you can share the bill as you see fit.
Just
All
split
right.
in half.
Yeah, sure,
So
why not?
7.5 silver each, then.
Sure, why not?
Right. I hand over 7 silver and 5 copper.
Mm-hmm.
I hand over the same.
Cool. All right. Well, in that case, I'm about to close up the bar. If you head up the stairs over the corner, it'll be the third door on the left. Oh yeah, here are here's your keys, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope they're not doing that stupid card thing where you've got to open it and then you've got to put it in to turn the lights on.
No, they're a little bit more old-fashioned than that. It literally is just a block with a set of keys on it.
Theilius starts heading up and is like, as much as I love magic, it exhausts me sometimes. he kind of sighs, clearly tired from this eventful day.
You two going to do anything else before calling it a night?
Nah, I think we should just sleep.
In that case, well, as promised, there is actually 2 beds. No fan fictions need to occur
Yay.
tonight. Nix and Sugi, is there anything else of note you want to mention before we move on to the next day?
I'm probably going to be a bit of a pain. Sugi is going to, once she's on her own, going to start having a wander around the school campus. As you know, she's not the most observant, but she knows what things from the world before look like, and she's looking to see if she can find any of those. Obviously, they're probably not going to be left around anywhere, so she's gonna.
I mean,
try her best to
if
find
you want to
anything.
do a check, I can let you.
Can certainly give it a try.
Do investigation.
Investigation. How? Yeah.
Yeah, but Sugi is. I don't know if it's too late and it's too dark to tell, or her eyes aren't quite up to snuff. Can't tell the difference between a modern doorknob and an old one, honestly.
Yeah. No thoughts. Head empty.
Yeah, exactly.
Nyx isn't gonna do anything huge, but they're just gonna like play card games and gamble with people until basically they cover the cost of a room.
Just gonna gamble their way to the.
Yeah, I mean, like they
Yeah,
can pay with
see,
it their
checks
own
out.
money. They just don't want to.
But Sugi will then, after she's spent an hour or so walking around, she'd then head back towards the stadium, back to her original task.
Alright. So you're not doing anything else for now, I assume?
No, it should do that. It should go back to the stadium, do that until there's no one else around, and then just find an area and curl up and sleep for the night.
Oh, because Sugi's not fussed about sleeping conditions, just gonna... Cool. Alright.
Camp out. Got it.
Yeah. In that case, all of you do take a long rest, so you can restore
pick
your...
my spells. Should I tell you them? Which ones I picked?
You don't have to, no. In general, with long rest, you're meant to roll for it, but you will, like, barely got scratched, so I'll let you just refill to full.
I was 14 health, right? That's my max
Well,
health.
no,
so it looks here.
you roll for it when you take a short rest.
Oh, it's only short rest. It's a long rest is just full. Fair enough. I forgot.
Slots from there.
Because otherwise, if you take a shit ton of damage, it's going to take a lot of long rests to heal up.
True.
Alright, so re-picking my spells for the day. It might take me a little bit to look through them. I will... my dinner is just here, so I will mute myself and think about those.
Nice. Let me know when
I love how Theilius is charm person, but he has negative charisma, so he just like he starts stammering.
You can try it.
Well, the charm person is in place of the charisma. Whereas I have a +5 in charisma, so I could talk someone into doing anything.
I mean, you can almost always talk someone into doing something.
I mean...
So I have 3 slots, so I can pick 3 spells, right?
You're not necessarily going to use all 3. You could use one of them 3 times, for example, instead. Something like that.
I believe
I'm definitely taking Detect Magic, because, you know...
I believe it is your cleric level plus your wisdom modifier.
Wait, really?
In terms of prepared ones?
Prepared, how many you can prepare?
I have 4 wisdom.
So that would be
double check. Choose the number of cleric levels equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level. So yes, that would be 6.
Oh, 6. Okay. That's
not including the ones you
thought.
already get from being in your death domain, which you get a couple that are pre-prepared.
Right, the false life and ray of sickness, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's the main benefit of being a cleric is you just have access to everything. You just choose what works on the day.
Might as well take this. Okay, you guys can go on. It's just
you guys. Okay, you think you're good otherwise?
Yeah.
By the way,
our
spells are chosen.
I don't have to worry about preparing spells.
Alright then. Well, if you're all good, Theilius and Satuna, you're woken up at the crack of dawn by a knock on the door going, "Oh, we've got your breakfast for you. Do you want to eat it here or are you going to eat it on the go?"
Eat it here?
still kind of groggy. Is like, what do you think?
I mean, I'm happy to eat it here.
Alright, in that you hear a shout back from there. It's like, alright, I'll leave it here. It's just going to be on a tray outside your door. So you open it when you're like, and believe me, if anyone tries to seize it before you've got your hands on it, they'll get thrashing at me. Don't worry.
So he just kind of crawls out of bed. He's not a morning person. He's a night owl, as most Stevens are. So he's just like,
I mean, Satuna's pretty much wide awake straight away. Gets up, gets dressed in her best dress, and goes and grabs the breakfast.
Alright then. Well, once you've had your meal, I assume all of you are going to make your general direction towards the stadium to reconvene.
Yep.
Nick shows up late with Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Well, you know, the equivalent.
Yeah, unfortunately, Starbucks has not survived the centuries.
Fine,
No!
with a hot drink and a box of pastries.
Did Costa survive?
No.
Oh.
There's some.
God damn it! Costa didn't survive. I've got 6 beans left on my account.
But yes, so you can reconvene outside the stadium. It's, the event has happened. There's obviously quite a bit of rubbish that you can see a few janitors sort of milling around, cleaning up. But otherwise, no one really is going to try and stop you or anything from walking around. It is essentially just a tourist attraction, and they don't, you're just, as long as you're not going to vandalize the place, they're hardly going to care what you do, basically.
Theilius, with not wordlessly, just kind of curiously looks around, and eventually goes in where he went in to begin the.
Oh, I need to clean this up. Give me one moment.
Theilius went through where he went through the day prior.
To the waiting room or something.
You were waiting over at this end, if the rest of you
Yes.
want to also join.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we will join.
Yeah. I'm also going to see if I can clean up the
initiative that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyone want a pastry? I've got some with beef in, some with cheese in, and some with radish in.
I'll take a
Don't
cheese
ask
one,
me
please.
why.
Both Theilius and Sugi say that at the same time because we are both like me.
Beef.
And up until this point, Sugi hasn't been around, but as soon as the pastries come out, she appears from behind a box.
Oh, hey, where do you come from?
I heard there was meat.
Sleeping.
I have learned a summoning spell.
Theilius, should I go ahead and start heading to the middle?
So where are you looking? Like, what is your aim at the moment?
Theilius is going to look to where the performance was, the middle.
All right, if you want to head there.
So just while this commotion's happening, Theilius walks over here.
Yeah.
And cast detect magic.
Okay, can you click it for me so I can have a look at it?
Oh yes, 1 second. One
No
second,
problem.
I lost it. There it is.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. So you cast it on yourself to get a feel for, you can get a feel for what's happened in this area. You will note that you don't really... it's really hard to tell because a lot of fucking magic happened last night. So detecting anything specific is going to be quite difficult. It's mostly just sort of a miasma of all kinds of magic just floating in the air and on the ground.
So it's just like, well, that didn't work.
I mean, are you looking for something specific is the thing?
He's looking for like some sort of glyphs or something that might have caused it. Might cancel magic in any way.
So you're sorry, Ron.
Is the golem still anywhere?
You mean the armors? You mean?
Yeah, the armors.
Well, they were just animated armors. If they are anywhere, they'll have been pushed back into the area where Theilius was repairing, basically where they were storing luggage and stuff. You don't necessarily know what happened. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Find the armors, look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're not going to find anything Theilius, mainly because there's just too much.
I just wasted a spell, dang it.
No, it
If it
lasts
lasts-
10 minutes. You still got it for 10 minutes.
If we come across anything.
Yeah, and it's anything within 30 feet of you, so you could just
Alright.
walk around a lot, and you might get lucky.
Theilius just kind of sighs, and it's like, oh damn it, and decides and heads back. I couldn't. It's too cluttered with magic over there. I can't figure anything out
So we
from
need
over
to
there.
focus it. If we find the armors that Molly used, and like you can see what kind of magic was done on them.
So you lot gonna basically look around where the stuff was being stored last night and see if you can find anything.
Right.
Yeah.
As you do so, you will spot a janitor who's currently sweeping up the stands, basically. He's like, oh, what are you lot doing here, then? Not in an accusatory way or anything, just out of curiosity. You can tell, like,
Just
he
looking,
doesn't-
just looking around for
Listen.
tourists.
Tourists? I mean, if you're a tourist, you picked the wrong day. It was the magic show last night.
Yeah, but did you see the shit show that happened last night?
No, you think I could afford tickets? Don't be stupid. I heard about
I can afford tickets. I still went.
it. Well, it's very well for you. I'm sure you can get into all sorts of places. But no, I did hear about it. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, I know the guards here are awful. They hardly vet anyone. Could probably let someone walk in with explosives and no one would bat an eyelid.
Tell them about my explosives. Joking.
So what? So you guys looking into that or something? Feels like it'd be a police matter.
Yeah, but like, who trusts the police? I'm just curious. So, how long you worked here?
God, going on 5 years now. Seen a fair lot.
Seen anyone suspicious hanging around the place? Other than us, I mean.
What do you mean?
Other
We're
than
not.
yourself.
It's their job.
Other than yourself, not really. I mean, obviously, I heard about the hubbub last night. You know what? If you go around front, Phil, I think he was here last night. He might know something.
Is it another janitor?
No, one of the guards, one of the great people who was checking tickets and
Not
stuff.
sure
I'm
if
pretty
I
sure he was in
trust-
charge
I'm not
of the other
sure if
things.
we should trust the guards right now.
But what about, like, is there someone that deals with potential, like, applicants? Because the suspicious guy that you saw, Theilius, was, like, in the applicant area.
Yeah, no. He was there. He was in. Like, I trust Phil. No, a long time. Yeah, he was in charge of making sure the applicants didn't get in fights or whatever. So yeah, talk to him.
Have you seen the armor that... Oh, wait, no, you don't know the armor we're talking about. Have you seen any weird suits of armor lying around?
Yeah. I think
Look a bit beat up, maybe?
I heard about that because they didn't. Because the idea is usually, people take back their stuff. No one knows who owned that stuff, so it's just been shoved into a broom closet for now. Yeah, if you're just going down there, it's literally a labeled broom closet. You can't miss it. Yeah, I mean, we don't know who owns them. Technically, it's an armor set belonging to the guard, but no one's missing a set really. So
Can we have
It
them?
belongs to guards. That's interesting. Theilius kind of mumbles as he immediately runs off to find this broom closet.
I mean, the thing is, like, it's well, not royal guards, I suppose. That's a bit. We don't really have royalty anymore. But yeah, it's an old ceremonial guard set. It's very odd, though. You haven't seen those out and about except for important ceremonies, basically. So
Theilius eventually comes across the broom closet and decides to take matters into his own hand.
Sugi is following on after Theilius.
You are a font of information, my dude. Would you like a pastry?
Sure, thanks. I mean, hey, I'm going to be here all day just brooming and cleaning up all the tourist trash, so sure.
That's all. See ya. Bye. See you
Thanks.
never.
I think they call that sweeping.
Theilius, do I detect anything or detect magic from the armor?
From the armors?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you will note that there's definitely some glyphs and some runic symbols on the interior of the armor.
Theilius, what should I do now? Should I investigate them? Is that an Arcana check thing?
Let me think.
I think Theilius should be able to learn the school of any magic that's cast on
Yes,
her.
it is. I'm just doing a bit of research to make sure I know exactly which kind it should be.
Oh, so you didn't do that before.
Oh, shush.
I want to put the helmet on.
I mean, you can do that. It's just a regular armor set now, so it's not going to do anything.
Well, this wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Sugi is going to take one of the helmets and is going to use Divine Sense.
So we've got both Detect Magic and Divine Sense happening now.
What is Divine Sense specifically? I see. Well, you don't detect anything of significant evil on the armor itself. Theilius gives off a pretty strong aura, though.
Theilius is like, yeah, laugh it up.
Just like sniffs at Theilius a few times and then just kind of steps slightly to the side and just wafts her claw past her snout a few times just to surreptitiously get the...
God damn it! Sorry, one moment.
What did I find?
I'm literally looking it up right now. Bleh.
Oh, come on, you had a month to prepare.
Shut up! I legitimately had read for
Sorry.
everything except for this sort of thing.
No, sorry, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Is it bad I saw you put DS and thought it was Dark Sense?
I would say the most logical thing to put it under is technically necromancy, since it is a form of animation resurrection.
Abjuration?
Abjuration is the only other one, yeah.
Might be a transmutation as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's my issue. Is it fits too many to know exactly what makes the most sense. I think, yeah, I'll go with abjuration just because of where I'm going with this. So not only is the armor set up to self-animate, clearly the trigger was when the container broke, but it does look like it was linked in some way to the container to create an anti-magic field.
Oh, that's interesting. So that container that Millie brought, is that still with Millie?
I mean, it was shattered,
Oh,
so I doubt she took it home with her.
that's true.
Are there any... Can I get a fingerprint of this? No,
I mean, you
Sugi
could...
puts her claw up. It's like, bits from the thing that broke. Janitor swept it up. He might have the bits. The bits might be able to confirm the magic.
So
Maybe
Theilius
not.
nods, and it's like, perhaps I can tell that this was linked to that container. When the container broke, these armors immediately began to rise.
we should have asked Molly where she got the armor from.
I mean, I'll remind you now that the armor wasn't hers. She
Oh.
doesn't know where it came from either.
Oh, she didn't bring the armor.
No, they were smuggled into her stuff, basically.
Okay, what was meant to be in her stuff?
Just the equipment for the trick, basically, and the skeletons originally.
Okay. So we need to find the origin of this armor, I think.
I mean, you'll know that the armor is quite rusted, and so probably anything you could find linked to it would probably have at least some debris from the rust worn off onto it as well.
We can find debris from the container on them.
Well, I mean, you noted, for example, that the person last night was wearing a cloak. So if you could even find a scrap of fabric with rust on it, that would indicate a connection.
All right.
I mean, it's as suspicious as Skye. It's like, circumstantial evidence is still evidence.
Sugi just kind of points at Theilius and vicious guy.
Hey.
I mean, you have a point. Theilius, did you do it?
Theilius is just like, don't even joke about that. It's simply that. Why would I go help her if my goal was to kill her in the first place?
Because it would make you look innocent.
Is he suddenly on trial now?
Theilius' gaze kind of wavers a bit as he looks down. As he looks down, it was like, I swear I had nothing to do with it, but used to no one believing me, so I guess
Fuck, now I feel bad.
Alright.
Your sincerity has convinced me.
Theilius just brightens up instantly. It's like, perfect, let's move on.
So, what are you guys doing? Because you could just go back and talk to the janitor, or you could go find Phil, the guard out front.
We could
Can
Phil.
we split up to do it? Both?
I'll talk to Phil. Does anyone wanna?
I will go talk to the janitor.
I'll join Nick in talking to Phil. I think you need someone to help keep you under some control.
And Theilius also might need help
Very
because he's
good
an awkward so-and-so.
Is Sugi going to help Theilius?
Yeah, Sugi will go with Theilius.
Alright, then. Let us do the janitor first, I think. So, you notice you see you come back out and goes, oh, you done already? And where's your friend?
Theilius is like, did you find any of that shattered glass from the container?
Oh, that container. Yeah. Oh, no, I had a nightmare. They needed a cleaning crew in pretty much ASAP. I wasn't there at the time. I was off last night. But yeah, they had to get a whole crew in like as soon as possible because obviously no one's going to perform in the middle of here with just broken shards everywhere. I can't remember where it was dumped. There's a big skip out back. They might have chucked it in there, I guess.
I know where
Theilius
that
is like,
is.
oh great, trash.
Sugi knows where
Junkyard.
that is. Sugi slept there.
Theilius is like, isn't that unsanitary? Oh, whatever. Come on, lead the way.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
And Theilius looks back and he thinks for a moment, and until he's like, for now, no.
Right. Fair
And
enough.
Sugi has a quick look around, see if there's any like containers that he's been sweeping stuff into. Has a quick sniff. If there's any food.
Doesn't that smell bad?
He's just sort of glare at you like if you want leftovers, they'll also be in the skip.
Sugi brightens up. To the skip!
He's like, oh, brother.
Alright,
Okay, lead the way.
I'll go back to that in a moment. So, Nyx and Satuna, you'll notice there's a couple guards out front that you got from the janitor that fills the one with brownish blondish hair. So you're going to try and strike up a conversation?
What sort of vibe does Phil have?
He seems like a perfectly... He's in his early 30s, but he seems a relatively upstanding individual. But he's standing proud in his army. He's not a sloucher like his pal, who's currently leaning against a wall.
I'm gonna just like go right up to him and go, "Hey, Phil, do you remember we met at that thing? You know?"
Phil's going to look at you like, no, who are you?
Oh my god, I can't believe you forget me so easily. Am I really that forgettable? Satuna, am I really that forgettable?
I mean, I've only known you for one day. Jury's still out on that one.
I'm so offended. Look, anyway, we're doing this investigation thing. It's about what happened last night. Like, dude said you were here. I heard along the grapevine.
Oh, was it? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Otis. Yeah. No, I was here last night. What do you want to know about it exactly?
Satana, what do we want to know about it?
Well,
The black cloak?
yeah, apparently
That's
there was
black
a
cloak.
Oh, yeah.
suspicious person in a black cloak.
I mean, that's not much to go on, but I think I know who you mean. Yes. I didn't personally let him in, but my friend over there is not exactly attentive. I think I remember someone like that. They were weird. They were sort of... It was weird. It was like they were trying to look for something, but they didn't know what they were looking for. They kept, like, rummaging around in the storage area. And I literally said to the guy, like, look, do you know what you're looking for? Can I help? And he didn't even answer. He didn't even talk to me. Yeah, I mean, let me think. He was youngish, slim build, You couldn't really see his face or anything with the hood up. Oh, you know what the weirdest thing was? He didn't perform. That was the weirdest thing. He took the applicant entry and he just didn't even perform.
What shoes was he wearing?
I mean, I can't remember seeing much under the cloak. It was a full body sort of thing. It was weird though, because like he definitely got the thing muddy.
So he definitely got it muddy. So he was wearing the cloak. So he could have been naked under there, and we wouldn't know.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, actually, no. I do remember one specific thing. The material was like some sort of. It wasn't cheap. I can tell how much I wouldn't be able to afford it on my salary.
Silk?
So he's a rich twat.
Yeah, some sort of silk or something. It was weird. And the thing, yeah, because he didn't stay in the applicants area. He went off and disappeared into the stands or something. Again, I don't know. I suggested to report it, but they said that it's not even worth thinking about, honestly.
I mean, he almost killed a little girl last night.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I mean, I know about the incident. I didn't know they'd found a culprit for it yet.
Well,
Yeah.
it's circumstantial evidence, but you know, that's basically like evidence.
I'm putting my neck out here, but you guys genuinely seem like you're upstanding, so I'll give you this much. If his cloak was that long, I wouldn't be surprised if it tore off a little bit somewhere. You might be able to find a scrap or something.
And then what? We're not sniffer dogs.
I
See-
mean,
No,
Sugi
but-
You can
might
take
be
it to Theilius.
the...
You can take it to Theilius because
But-
if you take it to Theilius, then he can detect if there's magic traces on it.
My point being, fabric of that quality is only going to be sold by a handful of people. Is my point. You might be able to get something from it.
I am starting to get the idea that you're probably smarter than me. Let's go do that.
Didn't Millie say that she's an orphan?
Who could possibly be targeting her and why?
Crazy theory. Maybe we need to find out how her parents died, but maybe there's someone who's trying to finish the job.
Could be.
Anyway,
Let's-
shall we check on the skip squad for now?
Yes,
Well-
the skip squad, yes.
And I assume you guys are planning to go into the stand then to try and
Yeah.
hunt down the remnants of the cloak. All right, I'll go back to the skip squad for now, and then we'll see what you guys can turn up. So skip squad. So you do get there, and yes, there is a good amount of leftover food, wrappers,
That's not the main thing
paper-
we're looking
paper
for.
bags, things like that. But you do notice in one corner are the broken shards of glass from the container.
Theilius is kind of like he doesn't like getting too dirty, so he's like ew.
I mean, you don't have to get in the skip. As I said,
Okay,
it's a
so never
30-foot
mind.
range on your detect magic. You can just look at it.
Theilius looks at the glass and kind of squints and focuses on the glass.
What's Sugi doing?
Sugi, upon approaching the skip, just kind of looks it up and down. She was able to get a bit of a look at it the night before, but she was tired. And now she's gotten a proper look at it. She just kind of nods knowingly and just goes, "Old world." Before sort of her attention flitting back to Theilius, and is just like sort of scrambles up and looks where he's looking. She's like, shards. She flips
That's
over
like, yes,
into the
my
skip.
friend, shards.
So
She flips into the skip and is just going for them.
Oh wow! I didn't do
Wow,
that. That's
okay.
glass. That's glass.
I don't know if I'm going to just let you have that. Give me 1 second. Are you actually is Sugi going to actually try and pick these up?
Yeah, not just like grab a handful. She's being careful because this is glass, but she is not the tallest, so she's going to have to climb into the skip to get them.
I want you to to roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh boy.
Right. There we go.
Somehow, with your incredibly limber, and manage to perfectly climb into the skip and avoid hurting yourself, and manage to pull out a few shards to investigate them a bit more.
It's
Wiping them
almost
off a
like
little
she
bit.
has
does
experience
Theilius
climbing
notice from the
into
glass?
these kinds of things.
So it's hard to tell because obviously it's shattered. But you do see patterns on the glass that mirror ones you saw on the armor, indicating they were two pieces of a spell, basically.
Ah.
But a spell
That's
like this would have
that was-
required remote activation still. It wouldn't have worked by itself.
Theilius kind of mutters to himself as like, so two parts of the same spell. Somebody definitely sabotaged this for sure.
Are you thinking
Sugi
of
kind of
taking
nods
this?
along with
Then?
that.
You think of taking the shards and some of the armor as evidence, basically.
Yes.
Cool. What are you going to do for now?
Find the others, I think.
All right then. Well,
Theilius
the
is
other.
like, come on, Sugi. We gotta find the others.
And Sugi kind of glances down at the food that's been left in there, that has a surreptitious sniff, and just kind of goes back, climbs out of the skip. Add pastries. It's enough.
Theilius is like, good, I'm not sure if I could handle watching you eat food out of a skip. Let's go.
As they start walking off, she kind of turns back to look at the skip again, and it's just old. All following on.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was a cast iron skip, yeah. So, Satuna and Nyx, you're in the stands, I assume, trying to.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've cast. I know that it's daylight, but like just to make sure we got good vision, I've cast light on like a playing card. I'm using it to look in all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah. Well,
I don't need that. I've got. I can see in both magical and non-magical darkness up to 120 feet.
the janitor Osis is going to notice what you're doing. He's like, "Are you two quite all right? It's my job, you know, to clean up the stands."
We're not cleaning. We're looking for. I guess it would be a torn off piece of cloth or cloak.
Have you found any like that?
Yeah, no, I shame to say, I do keep the odd knick-knack. Yeah, I think I found something like that. Give me a second. And
Made of silk?
Oh, that makes things easier.
he's got a pouch on his waist, and he pops it open and goes, yeah, about this. And he pulls out about an inch square of fabric that's a little dirty, a bit torn, but it's clearly of a high-quality material.
That could be it.
That could be what we're looking for, yeah.
I mean, it's not like I can sell this on. If you really want it, you can have it.
Sure.
Oh yes, please. Does it have any like rust on, like from the armor?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell with all the mud and war on it, but I guess there's some rust on this.
Well, I guess we found our clue.
That was significantly easier than I was expecting.
Yeah, I didn't even talk someone into like anything stupid.
Do you have to talk everyone into something stupid?
I mean, it's fun. Look, I once talked these orc guys into attacking these like kobolds that they were supposedly allied with.
Tell
Obviously,
Sugi
they didn't
that.
care that much about.
I'm going to tell
Listen,
Sugi that one.
I think it's a good thing that Sugi isn't here right now.
Look, the kobold probably deserved it.
Once again, glad Sugi's not there.
Speaking of, Theilius and Sugi are going to find you two.
Theilius is like,
report your
hey,
findings?
hey, we found something.
We found the
Yeah.
food! And
We found a thing too.
Theilius is like, take a look at this. Does this section look familiar? And he kind of holds up the glass shard.
I mean, I've got some scars that would agree.
Sugi reaches into her pack and pulls out the helmet that she surreptitiously took.
Theilius
Drop on the ground.
lines up the section of the sigil that's on this piece of glass with the section on the armor.
Yeah, on the inside of the helmet would be a matching section.
Alright, so on the inside of the helmet, Theilius holds it up.
Cool. I guess we got evidence that someone was pulling the strings now.
And the janitor obviously is going to watch you guys huddled and having a little Scooby-Doo moment. He's like, so why did you want that bit of fabric exactly?
It belongs to a murderer. Wow.
Well, attempted murderer. Potentially attempted murderer. We don't know 100%.
I don't know exactly where, but it would have been around about over there, and he indicates to sort of the upper right area of the stadium. If you wanted to have a closer look. I mean, I didn't notice anything really.
Should we go have a...
I'm already on it. Satuna's gonna fly over to the area designated and investigate.
He didn't give you very specific instructions, to be clear. It's like a...
Wait, what's over there? What's over there?
Well, it's just roughly where he found the piece of fabric.
I wish I could fly. Let's go, I don't know, search the area.
Do I notice any magic
you'd be
in
heading
that
about
direction,
here.
by the way?
It's only a 30-foot feet. You'd have to be within 30 foot of the magic to notice it. So
Theilius starts heading that direction to see if he can notice anything that I might have been remotely controlling the armor.
So the area.
Yeah. So I assume Sugi's coming as well?
A little bit further back, just kind of wandering along. Sugi's in no hurry.
It's mostly dried up because it's been a day, but there are some tracks. But then again, there are lots of tracks of, muddy footprints and the like, so you can't really discern anything from that. Theilius, you will notice that in the stands there is one spot, effectively, of lingering magic, basically. Which is presumably where someone was this one.
Identify what kind of magic this is?
Yes, it would also be abjuration, similar to the armor and the glass.
He was here. Theilius just kind of cryptically says, he was here.
You will know.
He points at the sea. He places his finger on the sea and is like, right here. This is where he might have been controlling this.
Is there any footprints in that exact place?
Well, again, it's kind of impossible to tell. Hundreds of people were here last night, so you wouldn't be able to follow a trail, unfortunately.
Fair.
You will note, because not only can you obviously, the School of Magic, you will note, Theilius, that the quality and the level of the magic is definitely higher than you could perform, for example.
Pretty strong mage, too.
And obviously the only people who could perform magic of that sort of level are people who are already in the Mage College.
Theilius is like, somebody's this kind of magic. This is better than mine, for sure. Wish I could ask them advice, but they're probably evil, so...
So
Theilius turns to them, and it's like, this feels like something that somebody who is avidly studying magic, like, say, someone in the Mages College?
So what you're saying is we've got some offices to break into.
Offices, possibly a student in the later grades, who knows?
I mean, we don't need to break into the offices. I could try and slip in.
I mean,
that's still breaking in.
We're not breaking. We're not breaking in, though. We're not.
You're not breaking anything.
They're flying through a window. Look.
Sugi sort of tilts her head to one side, claw on her head, is just like, if only we knew someone who was a student.
Because everyone's staring at him now, and he's just like, "You mean me?"
I mean, class is not currently in session, but you, as now an accepted student, would be freely allowed to walk the grounds.
So I was like, you know I'm not good at talking to people, right?
That's what
It's
Victor's
fine.
for.
Yeah, I'll come with you. I will pretend to be.
Am
I
I
don't
allowed
know,
to have
the rich
someone
peop-
with me?
Look, the rich people in the college, they probably have like servants or bodyguards or some shit. So I'll be your servant. Only don't expect me to fetch anything for you.
Although they wouldn't allow just anyone to wander in, if they're clearly your friends, they'll allow them in. Yes. Just, don't steal anything or make a mess, basically.
And Theilius is like, fine, we can try. It's worth a shot.
And we can break into someone's office without actually breaking anything. That's what lock picking is for. Is anyone here good at lock picking?
Who needs to lockpick when I can just squeeze through the gap?
Yeah, then you could unlock it from the inside. That's great. Or I could just talk some idiot into letting us in. But what are you gonna say?
Sugi hefts a hammer from over her shoulders and just goes, "Lockpick."
It's not a lockpick, Sugi.
I like your style, Sugi.
Okay, so Sugi is breaking and entering. I'm just entering.
You're squeezing and entering. I will say you're free to do this, of course. I've got no issues with it. The only thing is, I was mentioned before, if you wanted to do some investigation into Millie's parent at all.
But where would we look for something like that?
I mean, you could just go ask Millie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone should go back and talk to Millie.
I don't know if any of you feel that you can trust one person on their own, but it's up to you guys.
I mean,
do you guys trust me? Whilst you guys sort out the
Molly liked you.
Millie does get along with Satuna.
I like how it's
Me calling her
spreading.
Molly now. No. Millie may speak to you about this.
So Satuna are going to go and do some history investigation, I guess, into Millie's backstory.
There's some counselling.
Yeah. And maybe report on your investigation so far.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not adhering to therapist-patient confidentiality.
Satuna is not a qualified counsellor.
What would you like to get onto first? The breaking and entering or the backstory?
Do the breaking and entering first.
I'll say, given the time, we might be able to do both, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, we will do the breaking and entering first. And where are you guys specifically going for?
Oh, that's a good question. Where
are you going back into the headmaster's office?
We should go to where the higher, like the more the extremely gifted, or either gifted or very late on in their studies.
So
somewhere there.
We could also ask around the students for if they've got any teachers that are weird or creepy.
So there is
before we head off from the stadium, Sugi's going to gather up all the things that they've got: the glass, the helmet, the thing, etc., and put it all into a bag and just take that with them.
Sure. So yeah, in terms of the school, they have a dedicated student dorms. Time is currently out of session, so there's no one studying or anything like that. But obviously, some students will still be living in the dorms. It's all paid for accommodation.
Clearly, tech magic won't do any good here because it's kind of like the stadium. There's magic everywhere.
Yes. Also, I would say at this point, your detect magic would have worn off. It only lasts for 10 minutes. And there will obviously be some teachers still around. The headmaster's obviously around if you want to talk to him again.
No.
Security is relatively tight in that obviously they will let you in since Theilius is with you. and he's an accepted student, but they will obviously be keeping an eye on you at the very least, even if they're not attentively doing so.
There
is also I will also mention there is a on-campus library for magic as well.
Theilius makes a point of that. It's like, that's something I definitely look into later, because, studying dark magic and all that.
They will note you are a student. You have permission to be in there along with your friend.
Well,
However,
but
the only thing is, as you're not currently enrolled, as it were, you won't be able to take anything out. If you wish to read anything, it would have to be on the property.
Right.
Is there any students just wandering around or whatever?
Yeah.
Look too hungover.
Yes, you do spy some people just going on their daily walks, maybe off to go get some lunch, something like that.
Anyone on their own?
Yeah, you do spy someone reading a book under a tree in a corner.
I just sidle up to them. Hey, good book.
Yes, they say. A little unsure what you're angling for.
I'm Nix, by the way.
Hi, Theo.
Have you been a student here long, Theo?
Yeah, it's my second year.
Oh, well, you see, my friend Theilius, he just got in last night at, the thing, the show thing.
Yeah, of course.
He's a bit, don't tell him I told you, he's a bit nervous. He doesn't, for lots of professors, he's a bit worried that what the professors are going to be like.
Yeah, no, I get you. A lot of first years are like that.
Are there any, can you tell me about the professors so I can, make him feel better about it? Sort of thing. Like, do you have any really, dickbag professors or creepy ones?
Not really. I mean, the people who pay here, my family are paying for me, for example. They pay for a proper education. I can't really think of anyone like that off the top of my head.
What about students?
Yeah, there are any creepy students. I don't want anyone to start being creepy on my friend here.
I mean, you got your usual cliques. You got your group of bullies, mostly third years, who think they're hot stuff. I think they're just idiots, honestly.
Oh wow, we're not after idiots. Idiots can, yeah.
I mean, they're smart. Obviously, they pass their exams. I just doubt that they're going to get anywhere after this place. Honestly, they're just hire their own family's money or something. Not to say that people who pay it don't mean obviously I'm one of them, but yeah.
Value of hard work. Go on.
Yeah, Beatrice and her lot are kind of like that. I don't know if there's anything really more said than just to ignore the third years for the most part. They're either too deep into their books trying to finish up their studies, or they're picking on the younger kids. Well, I say younger, we accept people of all ages, but yeah.
Do you know any?
Sorry.
Oh, hey, I heard about this really, really cool wizard from the college that wears this dark cloak. Oh my gosh, they look so cool. Are they a professor here or a student?
Dark cloak? What kind of cloak?
I don't know. Theilius, what kind of cloak was it that we saw?
I think it's Theilius is just thinking to himself, they're good at acting, and silk. So it looked like some sort of silk with how it was reflecting off of it.
Silk? That's pretty specific. I mean,
a cloak that covers someone so much that they could be naked underneath and you'd never know.
Theilius is like, Nix.
I mean, I guess there's one guy. I'm sorry, I'm remembering the name.
Well, look, technically, we're all naked under our clothes.
Do you want me to help you or not? Because I'm happy to just go back to my book.
Side eyes Nix is like, you're not helping here.
Okay, look, sorry, I'm being serious. This is my serious face.
It's okay. So you completely derailed my train of thought with that.
Kind of like the thing of every character in a book is an OC. It's fan fictions of people's OCs.
So that someone with a silk black cloak.
Yes, right. Yeah, there's one professor. He really likes to try his stuff. He wears different outfits all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if he said something like that. What was his name again? What was his name again? Artorius. Yeah, Professor Artorius. He's really hoity-toity type. I think he runs his own little special club too. Wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh, a cult maybe?
Or do you think...
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh no, he didn't say it out loud. He's just thinking that.
Do you think Theilius would be able to get into the club? Because, like, you know, Theilius is a pretty badass wizard.
It's second and third years only, I'm pretty sure. I don't think first years are even allowed to look. Yeah, I don't know anything I'm not accepted into. I don't even know what they get up to, honestly.
Professor Artorius.
If I was to make a guess, they're probably just all joking around how rich they are, probably.
Probably. Thanks for your help. I'm sure Theilius feels much better now about, like, you know, the kind of professors that he's going to have.
Yeah, no. As I said, they're mostly fine. Just you'll know the type to avoid. You'll be fine.
I'm used to being bullied. Don't worry.
Hey, if nothing else, you'll have a friend in me. Okay, I'm still here for another year at least.
Theilius kind of smiles nervously. It's like, thank you. It means a lot.
It's fine. Everyone's a new kid at some point, after all.
Plus, you know, points at his horns. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You won't be the only demon on campus. I'll say that much for you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thanks for your help. Have a pastry.
How many pastries do you have?
You
An
would
amount.
be surprised.
I'm just remembering from another campaign I'm in a particular character who just had an affinity for pastries.
No, Nyx doesn't have an affinity for pastries. They have an affinity for whatever shop they decided to. Nothing.
So with that,
future past Greg's.
I was going to say, what is Sugi doing in all this? Because Sugi's not been present in the conversation.
Sugi is not there.
No.
Sugi has wandered off, and she has her own thing in mind.
What is Sugi doing then?
Sugi has she's been following them around for a little bit, but then has slowed her walk and then walked off on her own, has doubled back and is heading for the headmaster's office.
Oh.
She gets there and raps on the door. Boom, boom, boom.
You do hear a yes, hello?
And she
I'm expecting an appointment.
pushes the door open, just kind of steps forward and okay.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Can I speak with you?
So yes, you head to the headmaster's office and he goes, "Oh yes, you're the kobold from
Sugi.
Yes, right, Sugi. Sure. I guess I'm not doing anything right now. What is it?"
She walks forward, gets up to his desk, slings the bag off of her back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say slings the glass shard.
Yeah, there's a glass shard in there.
Well, I say sling. She shrugs it off of her back, bonks it down, reaches up, puts it on his desk, and pulls it out, gets the helmet, the shards, doesn't show the scrap of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, magic on both. There was a spell cast. Millie, she didn't. There was.
He puts his hand up. He puts his hand up and goes, "Give me a second." And he clearly casts detect magic to have a look at them, and obviously notice. He actually picks up the glass and rearranges a bit to be able to form the sigil more clearly. Okay, no, that is troubling. You go when you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
He just goes. It wasn't her fault. She deserves to be here.
This is troubling, but I'm sorry, my hands are tied. This is something I can't say this enough to be definitive evidence. I mean, for crying out loud, we have no idea who could be behind such a thing, but it is
And
concerning, and I will bring it
upon
up.
hearing that, she slams her paw onto the desk with the scrap of fabric. Just like, that person!
You're going to pick
Words
it up.
difficult.
He's going to pick it up and go, so how do you know this is the person that's responsible? Was he examining the piece of cloth?
He's like, he gets very frustrated and just points at the rust on the helmet, points at the smear of rust on the cloth, and then
I see.
wiggles her hand around like, it's magic!
I see.
And just points to all three.
I mean, I'm impressed that I assume you and your friends have managed this much in
Nods her head firmly.
In one day, but again, I'd need names. I'd need anything. Sure, this silk is clearly expensive, and I can only think of a handful of people who'd even be able to afford such a thing. But you're going to have to give me more than this, honestly.
She ever so slightly growls, but
he's just going to raise his hand and goes, "Look, I'm sorry. My hands are tied. The principle is the thing, and we can't make exceptions, even if there was wrongdoing. Wrongdoing or not, the policy is clear. You can't intervene with someone's performance, either to hinder or to help. And even if we were to clear Millie's name on this person, it does not change the fact that you and your accomplices did interfere with her act."
She ponders for a few moments. Just fine. Just starts sweeping the shards into the helmet. Takes the scrap of fabric all back into her bag. And just like, but you have enough to help her. Why not?
I can't. If I was to help her, then the next day there would be 12 people with different claims for why they haven't gotten in. Now, wouldn't there?
Sugi glances to one side and then just kind of something dawns in her as a thought. The thought has finally gotten to her, and she just smiles, nods, and your horde. And then she turns around, starts walking away.
Very confused. It must goes. I assume you're going to not let this rest. I'll be sure to inform the staff to not get in your way and to help you if they can. But thank you for bringing this to me. I will put thought into it. I might at least send a letter to Millie to apologise.
Thank you. And she leaves. She starts making her way back to where she last saw her friends, and because she's wandered around this place for an hour or so, would she be a little bit more familiar?
Yeah,
might sort of know roughly where they'd be heading.
Yeah. Where would they be heading, in fact? Where would Nix and Theilius likely be going to?
I'd be trying to find someone who's part of the Professor's little club. Professor Mysterious's little club. Just, surreptitiously asking around.
I mean, you definitely would get from a few students that, like, the people who are in the know keep it close to their chest, basically.
So it's like a secret club.
Yeah. It's an open secret, but it is a secret club, basically.
It's the worst kept secret.
Yes.
So there's not even, like, one person that people know for sure is in the club.
No, there's lots of, I think so-and-so's in the club. No, they wouldn't. But that person probably would, that sort of thing. So no, you unfortunately can't pin down a person that you know is in the club. Or if you have, they've probably denied it.
But I can persuade them to tell them the truth.
Well, persuasion then.
I'm not going to come up with a clever persuasive argument because Lora is less persuasive than Nix. Less charismatic.
Jeez, I really should remember that your bonus is really stupid.
Yeah, +7.
Alright then. I mean, are you going to try and hunt down Beatrice at that point?
No, just someone that's part of the club. Anyone will do.
You managed to find a coward, at least. He doesn't take too much persuading.
What's their name?
Chloe.
Chloe.
Bit bookish, a little bit shy, but has quite a significant amount of talent in magic and got in on that. And she's like, okay, yes, I admit it. I'm in Taurus's little club. Why do you care?
My gosh, that's so cool. I've always wanted to be part of a secret club.
Don't tell anyone.
I won't. How do you get into the club? My friend's just becoming a student here.
Well, you definitely won't manage it as a first year. Taurus picks you out.
Well, no, I'm sure that he can make himself known over the next year. Stand out from the crowd. That would help.
Taurus picks you out. I don't know what his criteria is. He just has a type, I guess.
That kind of person.
It's nothing like that. No.
Do you like him? Is he cool?
I mean, weird.
No, it's just a skull thing. You can tell me. Bit weird.
I don't know. I don't even know everything that goes. I don't like going to that club.
Fine. We can stop talking about it. I bet you have some really cool plans for the evening, though.
No, nothing. No, I mean, the main reason he runs it is he offers people extra credit if they go. So mostly the people who don't perform too well use it as a excuse, I guess, and also to feel superior, I suppose.
Fair enough.
I just can't handle those sort of people.
So hey, you up to anything tonight?
No. Why do you ask?
Wanna have dinner?
Sure, I guess.
Is this this really cool restaurant? Do you know it? In the near the arena, they do this really good spaghetti. You should meet me there at 5.
Okay.
Early bird special.
I'll see you then. And I wink, and I sort of.
What the heck is happening right now?
Well, I just got a time when she's definitely not going to be on campus. So what? When we're around the corner and someone, do you get what I'm getting at?
I know exactly what you're planning, and I hate you.
What's happening?
Nyx is just organised. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Can I trust you, Theilius?
I think so.
Thing that I can do where I can look like someone else. I'm not actually human. So she's going to be off campus at 5. I can be her, and we could go talk to Asterius and join the club or whatever.
It's it's really risky. Okay.
So do you want me to explain to the group who obviously the rest aren't present, but shall I explain what you mean by what you just said?
No, because I mean, no offense, but I've just told you that I'm not human, not what I actually am.
Yeah, fair enough. Just making sure.
If you ask, you might be able to get it out of me.
But I guess that's your plan for the evening then. Sorted.
Yeah.
By the way, how much longer are we going?
I was probably going to wrap it up pretty shortly. I was going to at least get to the stuff with Millie, and I was going to call it for now.
All right.
Let's meet back up with Sugi.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do you and Sugi want to do anything else? Or are you good for now?
Nah.
Nope. I'm sorry, I haven't been very talkative. I'm getting kind of tired.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you meet up with Sugi, she's wandering the halls. Somehow she's managed to get hold of an apple and has a bag that is full of miscellaneous food.
If you want, we could call it now and we could do the stuff with Millie and her backstory next time.
We can do the Millie stuff.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how much we want to go into it as a thing, because it could be a whole thing.
That's true.
Probably
yeah, we
wait
might
until
stop
next time.
Okay.
Sure, we can call it there then.
Alright.
That's fine. I will make a note in the session chat what your plans are, just because you lot have started a bit of an ensemble thing. All right then. Unless anyone else has anything else to say, I guess we can wrap up the stream there.
Oh, I'm happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
We're
want to
going
say thank you to Isla for another great session, and
Yeah.
It was great.
really having fun, and it's really getting into this.
Yeah, I am too. I know I wasn't very talkative by the end, but trust me, I am into this.
That's
Okay.
fair.
I just wanted to check, by the way, because I did suggest before that we can do an impromptu session next week to try and make up for lost time.
Alright.
That should be doable.
Is
I'm
that
still
good
on
for
my
everyone?
holiday, so yeah.
Same time?
Yeah, same time. Because
Alright.
unfortunately, I finish my uni day at 6.
Okay.
And I get back at literally at 7.
Yeah.
Like I finished
As the
eating
stream
5
finished.
minutes before. I'm happy to wrap up here with the stream if Skye's.
Yeah, I was just asking stop streaming.
In terms of who are we raiding?
I'm not fussed. If you want to find someone, feel free.
I mean, there's
But
someone live
noobs-
called Isla for you all.
Noob. Just do noob.
And is Noob live still?
Yeah, currently, apparently. I don't know if they're still live.
Let's have a look.
Going on?
Trying to find who someone to. They're not live anymore.
Rhea just went live.
Yeah, I'll raid them.
Cool.
Wait, do
Right,
we
then.
raid people? What?
Yeah, well, I tend to try and make a habit of raiding because it's a good thing to just promote community in Twitch. But yes, anyway, with that out of the way, thank you very much for all the people who popped up in chat.
I think you need to be the one to raid.
So
Oh,
do I
there was
need to
actually
be.
people in
Yes, we had
watching.
Mr. Sika and Liarius for watching. Yes, thank you very much,
Ooh.
and thank you very much
Thank
both
you.
Liarius and Skye for the subs. Can you remind me how you spell Rhea's name?
RIA
Yeah,
COR
yep.
VI.
VI COVID, and then it's
And
Ia,
then-
is it?
So it's
Oh, yeah.
Corvid Iva, yeah. It's
Iva, yeah, got it.
IVA, yeah.
Has that worked? That has worked.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll see you same time, same place next week.
Yeah.
See you then.
See you then. Bye bye.
Yeah.
That raid's gone
Bye.
through.
It has.